And then when it comes to taxes, this is probably my favorite part because I've lived in the payroll world for a very long time. So I always like to show and talk about onboarding as as an opening piece to this. So, and the reason why I like to do that is because a lot of engagement starts with your employee onboarding process. So here on my screen over on the right, I've got just a test employee pulled up, and this is actually the onboarding process that we do for higher level internally. So we know that day one, we don't want to have team members sitting there filling out stacks of paperwork. We want this to be done ahead of time. So our one of our recruiters, our in-house HR person, she'll send out the link to complete all of this before they start with us. That's the trick. You want them to go through it at home, get excited about it, not worry about spending an entire day going through orientation and onboarding. By doing this, we've cut back our onboarding and orientation time dramatically. And most clients would attest to the same thing. But the benefit of electronic onboarding far surpasses that employee being able to do this before day one. And then when it comes to taxes, this is probably my favorite part because I've lived in the payroll world for a very long time. I can't tell you how many calls I get in January or our team gets in January of upset employees because they did not have enough tax withheld because there is no education on how to fill out a W-4. So many employees just don't know how to do that. They don't know what they're filling out and they get so confused. And so they come to you and they ask for feedback. How should I fill this out? And you're like, I can't give you advice on that, right? And so they make these estimates on this very intimidating federal form. They put this on there and then they don't withhold enough and they owe a bunch of money and it's your fault, right? They're screaming and shouting. And so then our partners will come to us and say, hey, the system didn't withhold enough, when in reality it did. It's just the way they fill it out. That piece of paper is so intimidating. So what I really like about this onboarding wizard and doing this electronically is it breaks it down so it kind of keeps the mistakes out of the W-4s. So instead of, if you're familiar with the form, putting $4,000 for dependents, it just asks you, how many dependents do you have? And if you put 2, it does the math and translates that to 4,000 for you. So it's a very intuitive process and it's very simple in the way that it goes. I'm not going to go through it for sake of time. It keeps you from filling that form out.